Subscribe to Knowledge Reality TV and press the bell icon and never miss updates from our channel. Hi and welcome to Knowledge Reality TV. In today's video, I will show you the reality of Israel's agenda to make its military bases in Arab countries as initial step towards Greater Israel. After the 9/11 attacks, the United States invaded Afghanistan, but he was defeated. Although his goal was to conquer Afghanistan in about 7 or 8 years. At the same time, his mission was to completely divide Pakistan from 2004 to 2013. So, he released a new map of Pakistan. After that, the next step was to destroy Pakistan's nuclear program. Originally, the New World Order had already started in 2001, but he was badly trapped inside Afghanistan and was eventually defeated by the Taliban. Then the situations went wrong, which ultimately affected Pakistan in the form of TTP, Blackwater and also the devastating shockwaves of earthquake in 2005. Similarly, many attacks were carried out in Pakistan, but Pak Army and ISI eventually saved Pakistan. As a result, the situations in Pakistan got better. The next plan of Israel and US was to come to Kashmir and set up their military bases. In fact, their first target was Pakistan. At the same time, they had to come to Ladakh. China already knew that agenda as he had been working on it for a long time. In those situations, Modi also won the election and he was given the role to work with Israel and the United States and build military bases for them. On the contrary, China invaded Ladakh and captured the whole area of Indian territory. More likely, in coming winter season, China will occupy more Indian territories, while Pakistan, on the other hand, has to capture the areas of Siachen and Kargil. However, the US and Israel didn't succeed in their mission and implementing New World Order. It was one of those moody times where they would break into endless soliloquy with themselves. And especially to stop China from developing Gwadar port. Because Turkey is now moving towards the Ottoman Caliphate and hence trying to expand. Therefore, they decided to stop these three big countries such as Turkey, Pakistan and China as soon as possible. That is, China has to be stopped from becoming a superpower and Pakistan from being developed as well as Turkey from becoming the Ottoman Caliphate. That's the reason Israel has now come and settled in the Arab countries. Israel's recognition by UAE and all other matters were already planned. After Lebanon attacks, Israel clearly sent a message to Pakistan and the Arab countries. In the near future, the rest of the Arab countries are going to accept Israel. Very soon, Israel is going to build its military base at Port Duqm, which will be exactly in front of Gwadar port of Pakistan. Now Qatar is being threatened to recognize Israel. If he doesn't agree, then Israel will try to take away the 2022 FIFA World Cup from Qatar. Israel had to set up its military bases in Ladakh, but now it is being built in these Arab countries in order to target Pakistan and try to make things worse. On the other hand, Israel also has to build a third temple. Now, Israel's first agenda will be to start its mission in the name of developments within the Arab world. Now, if someone is thinking that still there will be tourism in Dubai, that won't happen this time. The situation will be very different because now Israel is coming. Israel will try to bring its own team in the form of Indians and people from other countries and will try to get rid of Pakistanis. Because Pakistan will not accept Israel, so Israel will try to weaken Pakistan economically and eventually will blackmail him to recognize him. More likely, Israel will carry out a fake attack in the UAE as he did in Lebanon. Then he will make argument that such attack was on Israel's military bases. Afterwards, he will blame Pakistan and China for that attack, and so the game will get bigger. Also, India wants Israel to support him. India and Israel are coming to Oman. Gradually Israel will take over all the land through its people and will eventually make Greater Israel. As you know, there is no official map of Israel because he wants to make Greater Israel. Had Israel had a map, how would it move forward? Israel has had this strategy from day one to be without a map in order to make a Greater Israel.